You're right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soprettymb channel. This is Soprettymb and we are back with another video. Not really sure how you guys found my page or came across it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So today's video, as you guys can see in the title, is college worth it? This video is for people who are either deciding whether they want to go to college, trying to figure out whether they want to go back and finish up, or just the people who just have no idea where to start, but are interested in school. Here's the thing, let me give y'all a disclaimer. First thing, do not take everything what I say and just be like, oh, I'm gonna do it this exact way. Everybody's journey is different. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, my journey in college, crazy. I would do it all over again, especially just knowing how rewarding it is, and just the things that are ahead for me. Okay, so number one, we're deciding, hey, we want to go to school. All right, education is in our life. It's always been in our lives. Like, I decided that I wanted to go to college because education, I just kind of noticed, like, growing up, I just always noticed that people with the better jobs, I realized they went to school, they have degrees, they spent countless hours doing all these things, these internships, externships. Like, I started learning more about that when I was like in high school. My mom and my parents, they also instilled education in me as well, and just, kind of always just have a plan. My parents didn't force me to go to college. It was something that I decided to do on my own. I know a lot of people, they have their parents like pressuring them. My parents did not. In my household was, you're gonna do something. You either gonna work, or you're not about to just sit in a house and just kind of let life happen to you. So that was something I kind of understood immediately, and I always wanted more for myself. So having discussions about education in college wasn't an issue for me because I knew I wanted to have a particular experience. Deciding to go to school, I would say pick the best deal. Look at all your options, pay attention to location, pay attention to the availability, pay attention to the finances. Do you want to be far away? Do you want to be in state? All that stuff plays a role in how your experience is going to be in college, because you got in-state tuition, you got out-of-state tuition, you have so many different options, and you got to find out what's the best for you. I decided to pick a college that wasn't too far away from home. Because it was just this thing where it was like, okay, I gotta go to college. I realized I gotta take a few tours. I gotta do this and that. And I didn't want to be too far away from home. So I went to a college that was like an hour and 30 minutes away from my house, from my original home with my parents. Just in case anything were to happen, they could jump on the road and they could be there for me. And the support is there as well. It's like, it's just a sense of comfort that I have knowing my family is only an hour away. So pay attention to that too. I know my first week of college, I was extremely homesick. I was just like, what is this? I'm around all these people I don't know. I just, all together, I was just like, I was upset, but got over that really fast because I just started like networking more and using that as an opportunity to try to make friends. Deciding what major you want. As far as deciding a major, yeah, I graduated from Allen University with a bachelor's of science degree, and I knew for a fact that I wanted to work in healthcare. I wanted to work in science, or science and medicine. I knew I wanted to deal with that. So I knew for a fact that, okay, I need to be a bio major. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest and be transparent. And this is my journey. I changed my major twice. I cannot remember what I had it to originally, but I know for a fact I had my major as something like basic, and I was just like, yeah, okay, the end of the semester is coming up. You got that first semester where you're just doing like regular not prereqs, but you're doing like general education. So you're doing your English 101s, your biologies, your maths, you're doing stuff like that you were already going to do. By the time your second semester rolls around, you need to know what you want to do. That's just what it is, because you don't want to waste time. That's one thing that I regret. I just feel like I wasted a lot of time in college. I didn't take it as serious as I should, but God had other plans, thank God. So deciding what your major is, like I said, I already had a background, an idea of what I wanted to do. I was watching Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was like just watching trauma shows in the ER. I would watch certain stuff, and I was so fascinated at how fast paced things were. So I was like, okay, do I need to be a nurse? So I looked to see if they had a nursing program in my school. They didn't have it. The closest thing they had was like biology, prereqs, and different stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, at least I know I got time to decide like if I want to go to school for nursing or whatever the case is. but I know for a fact, regardless, I'm just going to be here for, science. I'm going to get my bachelor's of science degree. I need my prerequisites in order to be able to get into nursing school if that was something that I really wanted to do. When deciding a major, pick what you're passionate about. I can't. That was the reason why I swapped my major out twice, because I just picked something because I felt like, oh, okay, I'll make a lot of money in that, or I'm gonna do this. No, pick what you are passionate about, because when you find a job that you're passionate about, the money is going to come. That's just how I feel. Like, don't be so dead set on trying to like just control every aspect of your college journey. Sometimes you just kind of got to like let stuff kind of flow on its own so that you can learn more about you, because when you're in college you don't know yourself for real. All of this stuff is trial and error. There is no instruction manual on how to conduct yourself really, or how to like handle stress and just different stuff like that. Now they do, it's more resources and everything, but back then was out when I was a freshman, like everything you had to just figure it out on your own for the most part. One thing that I will say, handle your business. When you are going to college and you hit that first week, like it's so many people from different areas, from different states, and you like, oh, it's like a field day here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally, college is a different experience. I went to HBCU, so I had a completely different experience. And for those that don't know what HBCU is, it's a historically Black college or university. I wanted to go to HBCU. That's just something that that was a deal breaker for me. I had to go to a HBCU. I think I was just following the footsteps of my brother because he went to South Carolina State. So it was like, okay. But yeah, deciding what school you want to go to, deciding your major, pick what you're passionate about, and go with that. Utilize your resources as far as those counselors that they do have available at the schools and the universities. Utilize them so that you can stay on track, because there was a point in time where I was in school and I was not just I wasn't being proactive about my journey. I was just kind of like letting things happen to me. And that was also because I had a lot going on. I was stressed out, I was depressed, I had so many things that were going on that it was just like I didn't care about school at a certain point. And I wish I would have utilized the resources for therapy. I wish I would have utilized the resources for just with the registrations office, like being able to sit down and meet with them at least twice in a semester to just make sure everything is what it is, so that you could be on track to graduation. Because a lot of times people don't really pay attention, or it doesn't really dawn on them immediately that, oh wait, I'm supposed to be taking this course, not that one. Now you're behind, and it's just a whole domino effect that can like push you back further and further from graduation. So utilize your resources for sure. And once you do that, you just have to commit to the journey. And this is probably for some people who either started but didn't finish. I'm letting you know this now, y'all. And this is just me being transparent. Commit to the journey 100%. Always tell yourself, even if it doesn't seem realistic, always tell yourself, I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish. Sometimes life doesn't allow us to finish. Sometimes our grades aren't that great. Like I flunked out of college. Like I had to sit down. I had to go back home. I was so embarrassed because it was like, I worked so hard just to like, I was in such a weird headspace, and I wish I would have just kind of like spoke to someone. I was dealing with so many things on my own, and that's why I stress so much just utilizing your resources so that y'all can really feel like y'all have a support system on campus, not just at home picking up the phone and complaining to your mom about what's going on. Like sometimes you need immediate relief. You need to be able to get help immediately. Utilize those resources for sure. Find out what best works for you. So you have to research, you got to network, and it's trial and error as well with making friends, going to class, generating your schedule, creating your routine so that you can perform at your best, not staying up super late. But it's also college, you know what I'm saying? It's parties, you got fraternities and sororities, and you got the CAF, they're having events. They got the student body, like their student activities board. They're constantly having things for you to do as well. So it's easy to get distracted in college. Try your best not to. I definitely was distracted, not by like the parties. I wasn't like, I've never been like a party girl. I've always been just the one to just kind of like do things that I'll get to it later. I'll study later. No, create a schedule and a routine where your study habits and everything align, because you don't want to be sitting in that office or get a letter saying, hey, you can't come back to the university because you wanted to lollygag around with those friends that you probably not even going to be friends with by the time you graduate. Trust me, that's the thing too. Like, your friends change. You're constantly changing. There's no possible way to know exactly who you are in college. Like, you're so young, and definitely take that opportunity to just explore, find out what you like, what you don't like, so that you can better maneuver through. That's what I would say for sure. Ask about internships and externships. Look up programs for post-graduation, or even before graduation, pre-graduation. Like, your junior year, you need to be getting into an internship, because the job that you land after college, a lot of people, for whatever reason, the people who either decided not to go to school, or the people who just kind of like gave up on college in itself, a lot of those people like to say things like, oh, it's just a debt, it's a scam, it's all of these things. But it's like, graduating, and here's the thing, I need y'all to listen to me. Graduating from college puts you in a different bracket. Yeah, you may not make 100,000 immediately out, but there are people that do. I know this one guy at my university, when I was in my bachelor's program, he got a job immediately with Google right after school, and Apple. Like, another guy got a job with Apple working in IT. So it's like, it's really up to you. You got to take advantage of this. You need to ask questions, show up to those events, look up scholarships. They have scholarships literally for everything. They got scholarships for people who are disabled. They got scholarships for people that are of color, people who lost a parent. You got scholarships literally for everything. There are people out here to support you. So know that it's just not just a debt. I look at having my degrees as a safety net, especially in this economy, because one thing about it is that when all else fails, you still have your degree. No one can come into my place right now and take my degree and the knowledge that I've gained from that. I will always have conferred behind my name. Conferred degree. Not almost, no, conferred on this date. So I can always get another one. I will always be able to have that. That's something, knowledge and education is something that no one will ever be able to take away from you. I encourage people to go to college. I encourage people to not just go, but to finish. I think it's such an important thing to actually take the time out to finish college, because even though it may not make sense to you immediately, it will later. I graduated with my bachelor's of science degree, and I'm just being honest and transparent about my journey. I was working at Burger King. I was working at Sweet Frog. I was a manager. I was one of the managers at like a frozen yogurt shop. Now I'm a clinical care coordinator, and I'm working my way up the ladder so I can become a healthcare administrator. I currently, as soon as I graduated with my bachelor's degree from Allen, I immediately, that same month, I was enrolled into a master's program, because I knew for a fact I wanted to be in healthcare. By the time I graduated, I knew I wanted to work in a hospital. So yeah, we still got science in the picture, but that experience that I got earning my bachelor's degree, this is information that I can use for this degree. And not only that, but it puts me in different rooms. You do have a prayer life, definitely pray through this journey for sure. Pray and always go to God about it, because it did not make sense to me going back to school 2 weeks later after I just graduated with my bachelor's degree to go get my master's. It didn't make sense back then. I started my program with Walden University. It is an online program. The campus is located in Minnesota, and I immediately went into the program, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what this is, but it was kind of like a short little thing after. I was like, oh wait, I need this. I'm gonna need this. It may not make sense right now, but I'm going to need this degree later, especially if I want to be a leader in healthcare. So I got my master's. I did not flunk out with my master's. I graduated with like a 3.2. The program wasn't too hard. It's a lot of critical thinking. because now it's like you gotta sit here and like troubleshoot through your head so many different scenarios. We gotta protect patient privacy. We have to make sure that people are actually being treated well, following protocols, following these policies in place so that people are, not only is their confidentiality is maintained, the integrity of their visits are protected as well. Being able to, and then for the people who, for hospitals that have lawsuits, different stuff like that, they just help you maneuver through those things, being able to handle all these situations. I decided that once I started my master's in healthcare administration program, I was like, oh no, this is definitely something that I could see myself doing. I totally see myself being a leader in healthcare. But I could not find a job. 2 years later, I graduated with my master's of healthcare administration degree, and I was still working at jobs only paying me $15 an hour. The first job I ever worked, I got paid $7.25. I was working at McDonald's. And then I was just like, I don't want this for my life. Like, how are people affording to live? And I realized and that's how I ended up deciding that I wanted to go to college, because it was like, oh wait, this is what I'm gonna be doing if I'm gonna just sit here, and I didn't have like a business mindset of like, oh, let me start a business, or let me do this, or let me do that. Like, I was just passionate about healthcare, and I just wanted to be in the field. I wanted to be in the room. So I knew for a fact that you need to have the education in order to be able to do that. And so I trusted myself. I trusted my journey. I asked questions. I did everything that I needed to do in order to be able to make that happen. And I did it. Not only did I do it, but I finished it. And now I'm in a position to where I'm not making $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $25 an hour. No, we're going up. Understand, when you graduate, that price goes up. Seriously, it goes up. And for those people that have graduated and have not found a job in their field, trust this part of the process as well, because you never know. There are certain jobs where we beat ourselves up over so much, and that all because we didn't get it. And we start questioning ourselves. We start questioning our value. Like, we start questioning all the time and energy that we put into school. And it's like, what is happening? Why is it not working out for me? I did everything in the book. Know that God is going to put you exactly where you need to be when you're supposed to be there. You're not going to miss out on anything. As long as you do right and you handle people well and you are professional, you are going to be in rooms that you're supposed to be in. You need to pray over your career constantly. You pray going into work. You do what you need to do in order to be able to just have something that's guiding you, because you can't do it all by yourself. You can't. That's one thing that I will say. You can't. And like I said, it was so many moments where it was just like, why am I here? I'm just running up a bill. I'm running up a bill. But what they don't tell you is that when you put yourself in a category, now that you have the tools, right? You automatically put yourself in a position to be able to write those checks every month to pay that debt down. And then you got forgiveness programs. You have so many things that's out there that will be able to help you as far as paying for your education. Saving up money, of course, just you investing in yourself. If you know you want to go to nursing school, go ahead and start putting some money aside, at least a couple months worth of your bills aside, so you don't have to worry about certain things. Being able to budget and finance all together. I feel like that's something that should be a part of the curriculum, but definitely take your time and your opportunity to be able to know how to, like, because when you do land that new job, don't immediately go and get a BMW. Please don't. When you get that new job, I know you want to reward yourself, and I know you want to be able to be like, oh yeah, I did it. Like, trust me, I want to go and get a Camaro right now, an all black Camaro, and call her a Black Ranger. I want to right now in this very second. But one thing that helps out is living below your means, because you will really get the opportunity to see your money. And not only that, but this isn't the last stop for me. Understand that. Yeah, I may be a clinical care coordinator now, but I have a master's degree. And not only do I have a master's degree, I'm actively networking in these hospitals to be able to put myself in these rooms, in these programs, volunteer work, different things like that. So my name can be spoken in rooms I haven't even entered yet. That's how it works out. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. For anybody that's wondering whether you should go to college or whether it was worth it, for me, I say it was worth it simply because of the fact of like, I have a peace of mind knowing that if I lose my job today, I'm going to find another one tomorrow, and I'm going to pull out that paper and I'm going to say, listen, this is what, and honestly, and this is another thing too, how I got the job that I have now, and I'm not recommending y'all go out and do this, but I got so fed up with just being told no, going on LinkedIn, and just doing my profile, even going as far as paying someone to just look over it and just read it and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Like, I got my resume together, I did everything I was supposed to do, and I started my job hunt, and it felt like an eternity. It felt like years until I landed the job that I wanted to land. When you're also, for those people that do get job offers, go with the best deal. Make sure that your benefits are top tier, because one thing that my grandmother told me, that just didn't make sense to me at the time, she was just like, go with the job, don't worry about the pay, worry about the benefits. And I'm like, Grandma, no, why would I do that? I need the money. But the money will come. That's one thing about it. When you work hard and you set out goals, the money will always come. It will always be there, right? You got to make sure that you're choosing the best options. If you need to go on maternity leave, you need to have a job that's going to cover you. You need to have a job that has FMLA. You need to have a job that has a 401k and matches you. You need to be able to start investing. You need a job that's going to invest in you, just like how you're investing in them by clocking in and clocking out and doing your work for them. You need to find a job that's going to be able to give you the best offer. If you could find a job that not only, and with your degree, not only is the pay going to increase every year, know for a fact you're going to make money every year, more and more money. You're going to make more and more money. I'm not lying. You're going to make more and more money. I just told you I went from making $725 to making like, and that's the thing. Like, I started off at $725. My checks were literally $200 working at McDonald's, and I'm like, how am I supposed to like do anything with this? Keep in mind, I'm like 16, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like people are paying bills with this. Like, how? You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize all that stuff is going to come with it. So for those people that are looking or deciding, like they can't decide, okay, I don't know if I want to go back to school or not. It's too much of this, it's too much of that. Just like how y'all sit here and y'all look up these lyrics, y'all look up these wigs, y'all look up the BBLs, how much it costs to do this and that. Understand there are resources out there that are willing to help you pay for your whole entire education. There are people that are waiting for you to reach out to them. I know certain organizations, they have scholarships. I know just like 4 or 5 offhand. Like, there are a couple people that offer scholarships just for people just trying, you know. They do essays. It's like, you got to just put in the work and decide as to whether this is something that you want to invest in, whether you want to invest in yourself or not. I look at college as an investment because I know for a fact that if I were to lose my job today, I will be okay tomorrow. I'll be able to go get another job tomorrow with the degree that I have. And, you know, when it does come to applying for jobs, I want you guys to also know that you're going to be told no a lot. Like, I got told no over 1,000 times. No, no, no. But understand that you are exactly where you need to be when you're supposed to be there, right? The job that I have now, I legit went inside this hospital and spoke with anybody that would listen and said, listen, I have a master's degree, I have a bachelor's degree, I'm coming all the way from this state. I'm leaving here with something. I need to be able, somebody needs to work with me. I don't have any children. I'm not married. I have no other obligations outside of work. I need to be able to utilize my degree right now. Not only did I get the job, but they had to create an entire position for me. You know what I'm saying? So when one door closes, understand like it's another one that's always going to be open for you. Do well, treat people well, and it will always work out for you. Hopefully this video gives you guys clarities for the people that are deciding whether they want to go back to college, whether the pay is worth it, whatever field you're in. I hope this video gives you encouragement to go back and finish school, and just put yourself in a different bracket. seriously, that's what it will do. If you feel like college is a waste of time, it's a scam, it's all of these things, hey, do what works for you. If all this information that I gave you, if this is something that you already knew, take what you can, leave what you don't need. Good luck on your journey. If you guys have any comments, concerns, or questions, or if I didn't cover everything, please feel free to let me know. Connect with me on all social media platforms at Soprettymb. And all right, good luck on y'all's journey, and I'm out. I don't know, I'm getting home. I've been sipping on stuff. Baby, shit ain't got big on you.